Yeah. Everybody knows that I'm breaking down. Everybody knows I ain't faking now. Everybody knows my heart's vacant now. Yeah, she hates me now, I made mistakes but now I don't ever wanna be alone. I don't really ever feel at home. On my own, in the zone, that's the only way I know. Feeling low, about to blow back up. I won't ever let the doubt creep in. Gotta pop a couple more aspirin. I don't think I'll ever let you in. Easier to break it off as friends. I don't really understand myself. I don't really understand, need help. I don't wanna be left on the shelf. Couldn't even hear me if I yelled. It's so cold outside. I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside. I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold. Break down, always feel like I could break now, but I never let it take me to that place now. I won't ever let my thoughts get away now. I got better things to do, picking fate now. I just wanna be the best, call me great now. I don't know if I'm okay or insane now. I remember better days on the playground, hoping I can find my way. Even when I'm feeling down, I fight. Even when I don't know what is right, I'ma pick a side and I'ma take pride. I will decide my fate and I will never let them tell me who I am. If you try to shape me, I'll be damned. Planet on the ground is where I stand. Never give up, that was always the plan. It's so cold outside. I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside. I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold. Was doing just fine before I met you. I drink too much and that's an issue, but I'm okay. Hey, you tell your friends it was nice to meet them, but I hope I never see them again. I know it breaks your heart. Moved to the city in a broke down car and 4 years no calls. Now you're looking pretty in a hotel bar and I can't stop. No, I can't stop. So baby, pull me closer in the backseat of your Rover that I know you can't afford. Bite that tattoo on your shoulder. Pull the sheets right off the corner of the mattress that you stole from your roommate back in Boulder. We ain't never getting older, no.
Good evening all, it's Rolling Swarm. We're back for the final stretch of the last chance tournament. The top 8 teams remaining from the Ascent Tournament pool on this, the final tournament before the top, well, the Echelon tournaments, lower, middle, and top echelon tournaments coming up next weekend. Promises to be an absolutely, well, it's going to be a fantastic series. It's a great opportunity for the teams that didn't quite make it through to the professionals tournament to duke it out against some pretty good opposition for some fairly decent rewards. Not quite on par with the professionals tournament yet, but lots to look forward to. Let's just see. Anyway, the stream looks good. I think we're doing okay. And as you can see, I had tried to agree with Wargaming to follow WinterWar. Unfortunately, that didn't work, and they have since been knocked out. The teams that are actually in this evening, we've got Circeos versus Esports Addict, Kraken Esports versus Immortals. The game that we're going to be spectating first is US versus G-Nice. That promises to be, well, quite exciting, and I feel sorry for Exegy, the Polish, very Polish, not Russian. Apologies to Exegy for my mistake yesterday evening, but it is Exegy, both of their teams playing each other in the quarterfinals. This is the quarterfinal stage. It's quite brutal. We're going to be seeing quarterfinals, semifinals, finals all in one evening. To the best of my knowledge, these guys are going to be playing it out in the best of 3 format. So that is going to be, well, hella punishing. Especially in the early stages, strongest versus weakest brackets. It makes a lot of sense to have best of 3. It helps the good teams kind of cut through the bulk of the player base, the chaff, if you will. But when you get up to this kind of level, down from 107 teams down to the top 8, best of 3, it's very punishing. It means that how to say it, if you get a map that you suck at, you can get knocked out by someone that on most other maps you would beat. Best of 3, you've got to deliver, and you've got to be very consistent straight out of the gun, straight out of the gate, straight off the gun. So anyway, we're going into Castilla, and let's just see if I don't have Strat Sketch working. I didn't quite manage to get the touch stream working. I'm trying to use the Elgato Streamlink Pro, the software rather than the hardware, and that's just really letting me down. So let's see, Castilla. Oh, I do have one. Okay, let's see if this will work. There we go. We're in. And let's just try and take the music down a touch. Okay, so this is Castilla, a very asymmetrical map. One of my favorites in Clan Wars. A really I'm trying to get the music like just super low. I think I'll do. Anyway, we're on Castilla. We've got 45 seconds to go. The teams are still selecting their lineups. Let's see. So, of course, as we know, from the north spawn, A is the preferred route. You can get control over the Castilla quite well here. Nice TD spots from the A spawn, from the north spawn, sorry. Good options for control over C from here, but potentially any tanks that do leave in this area here can get isolated. Nice options as well for controlling B, controlling C from here. I'm expecting teams from the north spawn to be playing out of this kind of area. From the south spawn, maybe we'll see someone cross the river, look to control B here. C is a tricky one. I prefer the north spawn, but we're going in now. Let's see what these guys do. We're seeing some quite diverse lineups here, probably owing to the fact that the map is pretty asymmetrical. The US, they're bringing double E50Ms. That medium has been getting a lot of love on the Clan Wars scene lately, and quite rightly so. On the 2682, the favorite TD, Udema says we're not called Genesis. Okay. G-Nice. So, US, red team, North Spawn, with 3 mediums on the field. We got Ghost Gunner and Diego in the E50Ms, Highlander in the 140. It's G-Nice. Every good name is taken, confirmed. Okay. I'll try and do that. Well, Diego is burning straight for Ray. And we're seeing Highlander looking to control the B area. Now, G-Nice have made a great play here. Edge, 1104 Edge in the T110E5. Oh no, not him. Double T110E5 from G-Nice. That's pretty atypical. They've got the Batchat, they've got a 268, and Highlander has taken an absolute flogging. He peaked quite, and it looks like every good name is taken. Got a good shot in there. Now, Lalo from North, he's got excellent lines of fire over. Now, we're seeing the G-Nice are about 4 cap points ahead. They managed to cap C before US could cap A. And the E50Ms from US, they're making their way around the Castilla. It'll be Mastico and Wild One's Helper, I think. That's how you say that. Wild One's Helper. And the E5 is playing off the ramps here. Mastico in cover. Great crossfire coming. Who connected there? Every good name is taken. He's in a fantastic position. Able to cover the Castilla. G-Nice with the advantage. They're also looking at a slight hit point advantage, but it's not too much to write home about at the moment. Now we're seeing Highlander in the 140. He's rotating through to support the E50Ms. Lalo from North still camping. I say camping, sniping effectively. Shocky also in a nice position. The 268s where you'd expect them to be from the North spawn, and it's Ultra Anubis. Let's see if we can jump over to Ultra Anubis. IS4 skilled, the double IS4s, Vlad and Ultra Anubis. Vlad and Ultra here doing a nice job of covering C. That'll be quite difficult for G-Nice to dig out if G-Nice decide to push. However, the impetus for change is on US. They are behind on cap points. They are the ones who have to make the move. G-Nice are quite happy to just sit here, and they've got a nice defensive grid. Average Matt is in, well, let's see, Average Matt is in, he's juking with Ghost Gunner. Not connecting. G-Nice have got a very good defensive grid here. The question is, how can US flex? We're seeing Shocky in the backfield. He's rotating up to the Castilla. Lalo still holding. Wild One's Helper takes a hit. Looks like that was Ultra getting a shot in there. And let's see if we can't jump to Ghost Gunner. The E50Ms, they're going to be the hammer that will swing on in the anvil of the 268s. I think US will try and do a double-fronted push here. We've got 3 stacked on the minimap on the north, 4 stacked around the Castilla area. And the Batchat, haven't had a look at him actually. Edu CZ doing a nice job of spotting up the E50Ms here. Does he spot? No, Mastico spots Diego and vice versa. These guys are really kind of hanging in there. Average Matt. And the clock is burning down. We've got 3 minutes of playtime left. About 300 cap points to go. Udema gets a hit. And it's nice to see Ultras actually getting a bit of traction in this game. It's unusual for tanks in this position to have such effective shots, but it's because Udema... and Vlad gets a shot in as well. Udema's in trouble. Now, it is US with a little bit of cap control, and there was a huge hit into every good name is taken. And it looks like that one came from Lalo. Lalo's putting 268 on 268 action on the table. How are US going to crack the nut that is G-Nice? Vlad gets punished on the crossing. Now the IS4s, oh my goodness me! Vlad takes an absolute hammering. He is Average Matt looking to make a play. Lalo's gonna tag him. Oh, 574. Udema's gone down. Now the cap pressure is in the favor of US. And let's see, Ghost Gunner and Diego pushed in. They're looking for Mastico. Ghost Gunner looking to get one in. Gets it. Gets the bounce. Diego's pushing up. Vlad's looking low. Diego's going for some ram damage. Gets it. Ghost Gunner picks it up, but at the same time, Vlad is low. He is the weak spot in the armor. It's a 2-gun advantage to US. The Batchat knows it's do or die. He's looking to pick up Vlad. He takes one. Vlad bounces the first. Can he bounce the second? No, he can't. Oh, but we've lost Edge. We've lost Eduis. And we've lost Wild One's Helper. And it's a 6-2 victory to US. US just getting their tanks in slightly better positions, chipping away. Chipping away at G-Nice. And we're just going to go on to a playlist that doesn't have adverts in it. But let's have a look at the damage. Yeah, you can see Diego and Shockey. Good numbers on the board there. Highlander in the 140. Not a tremendous amount of play from him in that one. Now we're going back into Castilla. Match point to US. Truly let's see. Truly a tough one for them. Okay, we're good to go. 1 minute on the clock. Looking at the lineups here, US, they'll be playing from the south spawn now. And there's a 183 there, which is it's 4 TDs. I'm thinking we're probably, let's go over the strat sketch. Looking at US's lineup, I'm thinking we're probably going to see an E3 pushing in here. I can't imagine all of the TDs sitting in the back. I think we'll see an E3 here. We'll probably see an E3 here. The 183 playing from here. The Foch, I have not a clue. The SDB's got to spot the Castilla. Surely that's where he's going. The IS4s will probably be making a play for the ramp. We'll have an IS4 here and an IS4 here. Looking over now at G-Nice. Very Russian lineup. Cheeky 113 snuck in there in an otherwise all Russian configuration with the T62A Fearless, nice named camo, 268, and a whole pile of 140 IS4s and a 140 as well. Udima in the 140. The US, they're 1 point in the lead, but I'm not sure how this is going to go. Not sure at all. So Highlander in the Foch 155, he's going with Diego. Maybe the Foch will go to the corner, Diego will go to the A-cap. The 183 is going to the ridge, Ghost Gun is going with them. Shockey, well, Spit Kevin, the IS4 is pushing up to the mill. We're seeing Shockey in the E3 going to where I thought the 183 would be. Nice positioning. He's spotted though, takes a hit from Average Matt. Average Matt connects with Shockey. That's a tough shot, long range through soft cover. And Mastico, he is where the 140 was from US last turn. He's spotting up, he's waiting for the 183 to be there. Now, will the 183 spot him? Or will he spot the 183 first? Because potentially there's a lot of damage. Oh, the 183's been spotted first! Mastico gets a nice shot in. The Foch, well, the STB has gone to the Castilla. That was the obvious choice for that tank. We're seeing Highlander in the Foch 155 Destroyer. Locking down this lane here. He's backed up by an IS4. Actually, Ghost Gun has gone up with the Steam Camouflage to the top of Castilla. Spit Kevin playing a very tough position here. Could be pretty key. Now the hit points are neck and neck. Bit of damage chipped away from each side. Udima, the 140, losing the damage for G-Nice. Both teams playing very passively this game. We're seeing a much slower paced game. No one going for the caps yet. Is Highlander thinking about going for... Oh, good lord. Right, the music's advertised. I don't have a music-free playlist. An advert-free playlist even. Alright, let's see. So we're just going to ditch the music for now because it's more hassle than it's worth on a Sunday evening. But we're in the quarterfinals. Both of these teams very good. Lalo knows Mastico's there. He's lining up that shot. Oh, he would have had him straight in his sights. But the unspotted Mastico not fired at. No caps taken. Spit Kevin. Unsure. Playing very cautiously. He's got a bit of HP. It's actually G-Nice have done a great job over the last minute or so. They've extended a nice 2k HP lead. Great to see. Ghost Gunner's in a nice spot. He's getting spotted. Oh, he's not in a good spot. Every name is taken has got him dialed in. Every name is taken. Every good name is taken. In a nice spot. He's got hard cover to his right. He's unspotted. Working a really nice position here. And let's see how are the teams going to suss out the lead, because G-Nice have the advantage. I don't know if they're aware if they have that advantage. Shocky looking to hustle. I think he's going to rotate towards Spit Kevin. Spit Kevin does have the support of the T110E3s. Highlander, oh, it would be a very risky move indeed to push through the city. Udima summarizes all of our thoughts pretty accurately. Mastico knows there's a 183 there. Blind fires, not spotted. Will he react on that? Is he going to try and do another one? No, he's not. Ooh, but now we're seeing US bleeding some more hit points. And Ghost Gunner's making his way into B. 2 minutes to go. Oh, Mastico has taken an absolutely huge pile of damage. He's caught in a crossfire. Mastico needs to stay safe. We're seeing Udima and Edge coming in to support. Udima is looking to reset B. He's going to get hit by Highlander. Oh my goodness me. The 140 T62s from G-Nice been absolutely hammered. B has been kept neutral. Edge now also taking a lot of damage. And the hit points have swung back in like 20 seconds in the favor of US. Udima's gone down. And US have got a gun and a cap. No, Ghost Gunner's been reset. Who's picking up that reset? It's every good name is taken. It's pulling back into cover. Or was it Mastico? B's almost capped. B is capped. And G-Nice. G-Nice are in a lot of trouble here. Captain Jack Sparrow looking to pick up Ultra Anubis. Oh, he doesn't quite manage it. Nor does Edge. Mastico's down. Ultra Anubis is down. It's very close. But US are walking away with it. There's a minute to go. They've got a solid cap lead. They've got a gun advantage. They just need to pull back and defend B and they'll be fine. Absolutely fine. G-Nice will have to work a miracle to pull this one back. They're looking at getting B and taking down 3 or 4 guns. I don't think they can do it. I don't think US are going to let them do that. I don't think they're going to let them back into the competition. And let's see, Diego, SUV1 Adamant getting a nice bit of crossfire there into Captain Jack Sparrow. Capitan Jack Sparrow. Shocky taking some fire. Wild One's helper. Trying to shut down Ghost Gunner. With 30 seconds to go, this game is US's. G-Nice would have to do something absolutely astounding. And Spit Kevin and Shocky double tap Average Matt. Average Matt gets a shot into Shocky. But with this many cap points in the bank for US, and they've shut down Average Matt. Oh, this one is surely all over. Every good name is taken, doesn't quite connect to Spit Kevin. Wild One's helper goes down to Lalo. Captain Jack Sparrow will be going down any minute now. And that is a cap victory for US. G-Nice getting outplayed by the TDs on the B area. US well played by the IS-4. Ghost Gunner, really good job to cap off B with the support of Highlander and Lalo. You can see Lalo there with some good damage for the 183. Nice to see the 183 being used effectively on a map other than Dead Rail. Not used to seeing that, if we're being honest. So let's go and find some copyright-free music. that's on a playlist without millions of adverts in. It says copyright free, so we'll see. We get copyright strike, we'll live. Fingers crossed. Okay. So let's go and have a little butch. Let's go into the garage position. There we go. Let's see if we've got any results from anywhere else. Ooh. Now we can see that Immortals beat Kraken Esports, and Tercios beat ESA. Exege's, I believe Exege's main team, the one that we were streaming yesterday, was Sin, Mad Willie, Hades, Let Me Kill You, Always New Team, Rogel, Zarod, Bloody Panzer, and Nitty Kitty, the ones that we saw yesterday. They beat the other Exege team, which is kind of to be expected. So it's Immortals, Tercios, US, which we've seen, and Exege's highest stat scoring team are through to the quarterfinals. It'll be Tercios versus Immortals, and US versus Exege. Let's just see if we can jump in. And the next match is going to be in 14 minutes. We've got time for a game. Do we have a replay? That's the question. Let's see. Ooh. Will that work? Will it work? It will work! It's USS Finland in a VK 72K. We're playing Supremacy Falls Creek. It's looking good. He's got the Demon Soul camouflage on the go. Player from Barrow on the enemy team. Don't really recognize any other clan tags. Finland, or USS Finland, is making a push for C. It's a bold move. There's a lot of TDs over there. I'm not sure I like the angle that he's taking. Whoa, look at the shell ricochet off the front armor plate of the 113. It's got an absolutely phenomenal armor profile in that kind of position. And we can see it looks like the 268. I'm guessing it's a 268 from the green team that's gone over towards B. Oh, that's a nice shot into the lower plate, biding his time. 643. Not a bad start for 50 seconds in. And the 268 is putting pressure on A. It is the 268 Smoke Whiskey. And indeed. And an ambitious shot, and he takes one for his troubles. Trying to go through the battle hardened IS-7's front armor. Blind through destructible cover. Always a tough move. And he's doing it again. He's looking. Oh, 642, one less than the last time. It's a nice roll though. And the enemy Jaegeru in a bit of strife. And it seems that our the green Jaegeru is lamenting the green VT's performance, but the Leopard one's taken down the Leopard PTA. USS Finland connects for the third time with a low roll. Oh, it was heat. It was heat. Don't think he needed to use heat there. And he's looking for a HE roll. Oh, he doesn't need it. The VT pips him. And there's the 354 with HE. The 113 GFT's got a phenomenally strong front armor profile. Battle type and now, the IS-7 is on fire. It's going to get pushed for over 1k. Oh, 349, more high explosive. The utility of the high explosive on these big high caliber guns is not to be underestimated. And a Malteser 12 goes down. A nice little tap there from the 113. And now, that was a nice snapshot. Looking at the positioning here, it's a 4-on-4 scenario. Greens, I think Greens are doing better in terms of the HP. I can't really see Makes pushing over in the E100. The USS Finland is really, he's used that slope. He's given me ideas how to play my 72k on this map. I do not use that spot. Oh, nice little wiggling at the front chassis. Gets the damage blocked. Will he go in? Yes, he will. Pushing 4k damage. It's 2-on-3. The 113 heavy on the green team. Well, the reds are actually, look at the cap points with B and C. The reds are sitting pretty. They can just pull back. They don't need the kills. There's the grill. Oh, and it's a HE shot. Good night. And there's another red tank on the left. Oh. And he's looking, as surely it's going to be an HE roll here. It is 5k damage, and there's a one-shot IS-7, the 113, dropping the hammer. Red team on 900. The 113 just needs to make the shot. Will he? Or will it be USS Finland? It's USS Finland! With a high explosive, the utility of that high explosive ammunition not to be underestimated. And that's a well-deserved mastery badge there. That's unfortunate for Marvin Kuhn, 189. Took quite a beating. 6 shots received. Burned down very quickly, and we can see Varro, the name that I identified as being potentially a troublemaker on the red team, doing 3k damage. Ulf Jaeger, who's actually being ineffective. Zuzu, 1991, getting shut down by our man in the 72k. Of course, he had a cracking game, 13 shots, only 1 miss, and 5k damage racked up. Very well played indeed by him. And we're waiting for that invite. We've got about 3 minutes to go. Let's see what map it's going to be on. Middleburg and then Oasis Palms. Okay, we can do that. We can go to the Oasis Palms. Okay, Middleburg. Join that briefing. Middleburg, I've been having a pretty tough day on Blitz, if we're being honest. I've had some real bot teams. I think my my Easy 8 has been cursed. At least that's how it feels like. And I've had a lot of games on Middleburg when I've done tons of damage, but just not been able to lock in the win. On randoms, as you all know or should know, unless your team is extremely heavy, you should be playing for the C area. And the same is kind of true in Clan Wars, but in Clan Wars, with the right team composition, it is possible to make a push on the city and C simultaneously. Aggressive rushes deep through the city, western side of the map, along the kind of the 1 and 2 lines are possible. But of course, if you sacrifice the hill area, you do leave yourself vulnerable to being flanked and pinced by crossfire. So it really depends, you know, what your initial plan is and what the relative time compositions are between the two teams. Certainly in the professionals tournament, we've seen the likes of First Alliance they've capped A, but then they pulled back, defended A from this kind of position, whilst also bringing the team in and just pinstering from multiple angles, and catching and kind of separating the forces of their opponents in the city. So the city, it's rewarding their 2 caps, but it can be a little bit treacherous. And of course, in Clan Wars, you know, you can do things like defend caps from outside the city. You do have that level of team coordination, which is just sorely missing in randoms, unfortunately. So Middleburg's the first one, and let's just double check the and then Oasis Palms. So it'll be interesting to see with the professionals tournament. We've kind of seen, you know, that the meta is not everyone up to the hill every time. The city has to be tackled, at least partially A-B. So let's see. Oasis Palms. Et voila. A nice desert map. And again, this one is quite similar. We're into the tournament room. We're following. Oh, we're seeing US versus Exegy. That's the map. The match we'll be covering this for the semis. So again, on randoms, control of. I mean, you don't have to be super heavy, but if you've got the edge on the heavy flank, it is possible to dominate A and B. Of course, B, we said every time, it's a risky cap. If you get it early, you can get out, but if you're capping this mid to late game, don't expect to get in and out without losing a lot of hit points, unless you've got really good cover or armor, or ideally both, to do that. But C, again, in Clan Wars, this time actually I think you can focus exclusively on the city or exclusively on C. It's nice to see in Clan Wars we've been seeing some teams making use of this little gully or ravine, whatever you want to call it. We haven't actually been, it's not something you see on randoms, but sometimes you will see 2 or 3 fast heavy tanks like IS-7s, WZ-113 is the Chinese heavy, push through this area here, try and catch the TDs off balance. Now, I would personally say that the North spawn has got the better TD sort of zones, better kind of TD firing positions. The South spawn, it feels like it's easier to spot TDs in the South spawn. There's also kind of less effective cover. It's harder for TDs fighting out of its firing positions. Apart from this one, this is a great position because then you can quickly get in here. But if you're playing TDs in the corner, along here, or on the back line here, it's much riskier to then sweep back into the heavy area. Whereas I feel for TDs here, they've got a more kind of accessible gully system. They can get into and across the city a little bit safer. At least that's my gut feeling. Certainly both spawns have got options for controlling C with TDs. I think the South spawn's got an easier time of covering C, although it is harder to operate a TD there in the long term if you get pushed from South spawn. The North, you can keep your TDs there longer, but you've kind of got less control over the open flank. So I'm just going to ready up and move over to the client now, the game client. And Exegy, looking at the lineup, W50M's a tank is just everywhere at the moment, and quintuple 5 IS4s. It looks like US are also bringing 5 IS4s and an E50M. Wargaming, if they're paying attention to the tournament scene, we may be seeing some tweaks to certain tanks. Certainly that's been the precedent in the past. Twister 2016, the Russian mediums were just horrifically overpowered, overused, and there was the eventual nerfs to mediums and premium ammunition in general, the buffs to heavy tank armor. Then the IS-7 became very, very powerful. The frontal armor was just godlike. It had space side armor. It was better at side scraping than the IS-4. The IS-4 was next to useless in comparison, slower, not as well armored. And then we saw the IS-7 get nerfed. The spaced armor was kind of reduced on the side. It became a much, much easier pen. So I know we've got Modern Prince, Udema, Canada, Agile Hippos here, keeping an eye on the chat. Friendly ASF, Matty Roz, Pirate Storm, Barbosa, Vohan, Maddox, Wong. And we've got Hope Pal, Chocolat, great name, Ali Ajaj. Lots of people actually watching live, which is quite nice. Nice to see that the esports scene outside of the professionals tournament is getting more traction these days. Really good to see that. So, we're just waiting for Shocky to ready up. We've got 52 seconds to go. Looks like both teams are taking exactly the same lineup. A lot of PC players on the side of Exegy, 3 on the side of US. Exegy, worth bearing in mind, they are current top of the table on the Ascent Tournament leaderboard in terms of clan ranking cups to their name. They are the ones to beat. US, I believe, are up there. I think they're top 8. I'm not sure. I can have a look later. So, yeah, it's going to be an IS-4 E50M party. No other tanks are invited, unfortunately. But this kind of says to me that both teams have got pretty much the same idea. Now, the question is, when they go in and they see each other's lineups, who is going to adapt better? And we're going in our little STV1 Adamant with its camo on there. Middleburg. Happy days. And I think they've realized that they've got the same lineups. They have indeed. Now, double E50Ms, Let Me Kill You, Mad Willie, teeing up against Diego and Ghost Gunner. Both teams ignoring the city. Forget everything I said. We're going to see a standard brawl on the top side. Bit of blind fire there from Ghost Gunner. Let Me Kill You, Mad Willie, Diego, Ghost Gunner. The E50Ms waiting for the IS-4s. Exegy cresting the hill. Coming in. Nice and ready. The IS-4s from Exegy hustling. Mad Willie looking across. Diego. Oh, everyone's ready. We're stacking. First man into the breach is Sin from Exegy. He's in for C. No one's playing for the city. No one's sending one tank down. No one wants to give the gun advantage away. Sin's going to get a hit into Lalo. Lalo takes 1-2. Lalo from North. Not well played. Spit Kevin. Nice reset there. Always noob team. Not managing to connect. We're seeing Ultra Anubis and Matthew 98. And this is going to be... Now, who's got the better aim? Who's got the better IS-4 players? It looks like Exegy are taking this one so far. Zarod and Bloody Pantsu on the north side. We have pretty much a very equitable situation here. The E50Ms from both teams have switched onto the flank. The IS-4s 5-on-5 teeing up over C. Sin's trying to cap C. Hit points in the favor, 1k in the favor of Exegy. They've traded pretty well. It looks like... Whoa. This is going to be a little back and forth stalemate. Diego, Ghost Gunner, jostling backwards and forwards. Across the corner, of course, is Mad Willie. Let Me Kill You. Well, this is a very interesting game. Ultra Anubis, Mate 2, side by side. Nice to see both teams doing this, having two tanks close together, jostling side by side, trying to throw off any auto aim that maybe their always noob team is now up in front. Can he get C? Is it possible? If Exegy can get C, that would be a huge win for them. Lalo is really, he's not playing this position well. He's taking the corner too sharp. He's showing some side armor, and he's getting his gun depression all out of sorts. You can see here, he needs to be angled, looking more towards Spit Kevin. He's trying to angle his tank, but he's not really paying attention to the terrain. Pulls out of bounds. Now, is Are one of the E50Ms going to rotate towards A as soon as someone makes a push on the city camp? That will trigger to the other team. They've got a gun advantage and they can push in. Best bet. Almost at half time. 3.5 minutes gone, 3.5 minutes to go. And there we go. Diego is making the first push. Not shooting. Shooting. Oh, that was foolish. Now they know he's gone. He's been spotted. Oh dear. And now Exegy. Surely Exegy are going to make a move. They've got the gun advantage. They are taking it in towards US. Mad Willie, though, has bled a lot of HP. Always noob team. Takes him more fire. The cap's going for C. It's not going for C. They're pushing through. Spit Kevin Lalo. Oh, this is going to be very, very close. Exegy, I'm not sure Exegy are making a good push. They've taken down Metu. They've got the gun advantage. They've lost the gun advantage, but they're bleeding a lot of hit points making that move. C hasn't been capped. The E50Ms come back up for support. It's a one gun advantage in the favor of Exegy. It's a gun advantage over. It's a brawl. It's madness and carnage. Shocky is making a play for C in the midst. Chaos is a ladder and Shocky is climbing it. Diego looking to pick up Mad Willie. All his noob teams taking down Ultra Nubis. Mad Willie's gone down to Ghost Gunner. It's a 4-on-4 situation. C's gone over to US. Great play. Ghost Gunner mobile. Bloody Pantsu's on full HP. Ghost Gunner narrowly dodges a shot. Litty Kitty is the call. He's getting focus fired. Lalo takes him down. US 4-on-3 with the C cap. They've got a nice cap point advantage here. Diego's in trouble though. Always noob team is now getting focused. Diego's gone down to bloody Pantsu. Lalo and Ghost Gunner looking to pick up always noob team. It's Ghost Gunner, bloody Pantsu, very healthy indeed. Shocky going head to head with Zarod. It's a 3-on-2, it's so close. And Ghost Gunner is focusing on Zarod. He goes down to bloody Pantsu. Can Zarod and bloody Pantsu pull it back from the brink? Well, it's going to be bloody Pantsu to do it if anything. And US with 1.5 minutes to go. They've got the cap points. They've got a nice hit point advantage. One gun extra. And bloody Pantsu doesn't connect with Lalo. Takes one from Lalo. Takes another one from Shocky. He's pushing in. He's looking for the lower HP Lalo. Shocky's dropped the adrenaline. Will connect. No, he hits the barrel of Lalo. Bloody Pantsu's getting a stop on C. He needs to finish off Lalo. Lalo is slightly more than a one shot. Shocky bounces. Oh, bloody Pantsu. He should be dead, but he's not quite dead. Gets one into Lalo. Bloody Pantsu is playing his heart out, but Lalo's looking for the kill shot. Doesn't quite get it. Bloody Pantsu. Can he do it? Can he solo Shocky? He's potentially a one-shot. No. Shocky's using heat. No, bloody Pantsu doesn't connect. Shocky wiggling and jiggling. Demon Soul Camouflage versus Hardy Soul Camouflage. Pantsu. Shocky takes down bloody Pantsu. 77 HP. And US beating Exegy in the late stage brawl. Ooh. And you can see Lalo and Shocky there doing an absolutely tremendous job. Bloody Pantsu as well, over 4k damage. The E50Ms from Exegy getting shut down very quickly. And shutting down that medium DPM may have been the advantage that the US were looking for. Oof. Oh, I'm exhausted. Don't do that again. That's really hard. I don't want to commentate on one of those. That's, oh dear. Going back into Middleburg, swapping the spawns, hoping they don't take similar lineups and do the same thing. US now with match point. Exegy needing to win the next 2 games back to back. It's going to be tough. And it looks like US are going for a similar thing. They swapped out the E50Ms for 140s. 140s probably. Are they faster? I think they're fast. They feel faster. They feel like they should be faster. They've got better DPM and the low slung 140. Potentially a better flanking wolf pack than the E50Ms. Exegy, on the other hand, they're just rewriting the playbook. Another core of IS4s, but they're bringing in E3 and double T57s. Exegy must be going for the city this time round. That's going to give the 140s from US free reign over C. I don't like that for Exegy. They don't have the speed to deal with a push on C. They're going to lose hill, they're going to lose C. US just need to make sure that they don't bite off too much in the city, more than they can chew. If they play passively, get one, or even not even getting one cap, US should be able to get map control here. The E3 will be a monster in the city, and the T-57's at initial burst damage could give XG a nice edge early on in terms of hit points. But it's a risky move by XG. This is not an easy lineup to play. The 57s hit hard, but they're not very durable. It's a bit of a glass cannon here. We're seeing US current leaders match point to them in the best of 3 run. Red team Northspawn versus XG blue team Southspawn. US are making a all-up play. Oh, I'm not sure I agree with that. I'm not sure I agree with that at all. Is no one reading? No, they're not. They're sending Ghost Gunner in for A. Ghost Gunner and Shocky. Bumping tanks. Mad Willie digging in. Now the E3, he'll be a hull down hero in the corner there. Exegy have gone all up. Both teams going all up again. Mad Willie staying in the corner. The 140s, no one going for the city. No one going for the city at all. Diego enough. Sneaky Diego has been spotted. Takes a snapshot. Doesn't connect. Eats one from Sin or Zarod. He'll be not too happy about that. And it's Zarod pushing now into C. Can he get it? Shocky's there. Does he have an angle? Meitu and Ultra Anubis. No, I think Exegy have this at the initial one. They have this one in the bag. The 140s are just not being used. They're playing far too passively. Exegy get another shot in, and it's Shocky that takes a little bit of damage there. This is some very... We're back up to the hill. Mad Willie is coming up. No one's playing for the city. Mad Willie. He is moving up. No one is playing for the city caps. Of course, it's just such a huge... Once all the tanks are on the hill, doesn't matter how fast your tank is. If you cap in the city, the enemy team know they have a gun advantage. That's what we saw Exegy do last time when US made a push for B. Exegy just lost too many hit points on the cross and got outplayed in the later stage of brawls. Always noob team and Zarod. Nice little back-to-back. Moving together almost in complete symmetry. And Sin moving now. Diego gets a snapshot in. Doesn't quite connect. Lalo does though. Sin's looking for angles. Ghost Gunner was rotating. Now he's not. Oh, Exegy, are they going to make another push? Ultra Anubis gets one into Zarod. It's a nice hit point lead. Look at the hit point lead US have here. 3k. We're 3 minutes in. They've done so much. Shocky. Oh, I think US know that they have a nice lead here. They've got a really good lead. It's bleeding away a little bit. No, it's not. Mad Willie. Oh, it's coming. Here it comes. Rogel, Mad Willie. They're pushing in Ultra Anubis. Rogel, oh, Rogel's getting tracked. He's being kept in position. Rogel's having to use heat to penetrate Meitu. Nice hit from Mad Willie into Meitu. Rogel looking to shield Mad Willie. We're seeing the 140s making a play. Ghost Gunner and Diego wolf packing in round the back. And now Exegy are going to be caught in the maelstrom. Surrounded, but at the same time, there's two T-57s. They're flexing on the 140s, but the 140s are pulling away. That's giving the gun advantage. But Zarod's taken down Ultra Anubis. We've seen Rogel gone down to Shocky. Lalo and Spit Kevin doubling up on Always Noob Team. Sin's gone down to... Oh, it's carnage. We're back in the brawl. We are back in the brawl scenario. And it's a gun advantage at the moment to US. They're looking very strong here. They've got such a strong hit point advantage. And now Liddy Kitty's on a drum reload. Lalo from Norse looking for the kill shot. Can he get it? Yes, he can. Bloody Pantsu's got 2 more in the chamber, but Shocky shuts him down. Last man standing is Zarod. And US, 2 for 2, have dominated the hill, and Shocky picks up the final kill, and Liddy Kitty with some good sportsmanship there by Exegy. Good sportsmanship all round. And US, bit of a surprise move. The underdog unseating the current champions, top of the leaderboards, Exegy. And they're just, look at this, the 140 is such, this is what we were saying, the T-57s, it's a risky play, they're hard tanks to use, and the 140s, they're reliable platforms, 2.5 damage, less than 1, slightly over 1k damage for the T-57s. I think just a better tank choice. Interesting to see no one playing the city. These teams clearly aware of what the other one's onto. And, well, we're going to be seeing US versus someone in the final. Let's see if we don't have the answer for that one yet. It's Tercios. No, it's Immor. Immortals have beaten Tercios. It's an Immortals versus US final. The Immortals roster. Some very talented players here. Thunder, Dimeback Baron, Mr. Rain, Elons. Like Elons, Epic Elons is one of the best technical players that I have ever seen. I've seen him in 1v1 play. I've seen him, his stats in the tanks in randoms are just absolutely phenomenal. And he is a really key piece for the Immortals team. Epic Elons, Stoppy, Andre, Foxy, Baboon Easy. It's a fantastic name. And R4S, Raz. So Raz, Baboon, Foxy, Andre, Stoppy, Elons, Mr. Rain, Dimeback Baron, and Thunder. Great squadron there. For the Immortals, of course, US. We know these guys very well. Equally talented players. It'll be really great to see who comes out on top here. Certainly Immortals as a clan in esports. I had the good fortune of being with them for a couple of months. A year and a half ago, kind of in between teams, and they're a really good unit. Kaga, the clan lead, she's absolutely wonderful, and they have been really kind of pursuing the Blitz esports agenda from the ground up, building a good roster of good people, training hard, working hard, and so it'll be really great to see them win the last chance tournament if they are able to pull through. But as we see in US, competently dispatching Exegy 2-0 on Middleburg. It won't be easy for Immor in the grand finals. Ah, Supreme 15, you're watching the live stream now. Well, you'll see us watching this conversation. There we go. So, the next match, I think, let's just check. I think it's in about, we'll get the invites through in 10 minutes or so. 8:04, it's, well, been 9 Central European summertime. So we'll be in soon. We got 10 minutes. 10 minutes to kill. Actually, what are the maps? Fort Despair and then Canal as the tiebreaker. Okay. I think I actually have a good Fort Despair briefing, which we can go to now. Let's do it. Okay, so basically, I did a video a while ago dissecting, there was a Challenge the Stars event for North America, which we covered, and I kind of had a look at the Fort Despair game between Void and Pramo. A lot of those Pramo players were actually, and now are actually, in the Rain team. They played 2 games, and if you have a look at the highlights reel on the official Wargaming World of Tanks Blitz YouTube channel, you'll see there's a great play. I think it's his Royal Fatness gets the bat chat in here super quickly. This IS-4 is very much cleared, and you can just see here, kind of explain tactics that both teams used in that video. It's somewhere back in the archives on this YouTube channel. But this is how I would kind of talk about this map in terms of split. So obviously the white line is you're halfway down between the spawns, and I would kind of categorize the map in 4 distinct areas, maybe 5. You have the sea lane, which is very heavy, and it's kind of here. You've got obviously opportunities for crossfire from these kind of areas as tanks are moving through into sea or away from sea. But this is kind of one lane. This area here you don't really want to be in. It is a zone of death, although it is a nice area for rotations later in the game. The B is actually on Fort Despair. It's one of the few maps where the central cap, well, it's not. It can be risky, but it can also. It's possible to cap it relatively easily. And teams do sometimes make good use of the B cap pressure, trying to get an early cap before the enemy guns are in position for good resets. Like two tanks with kind of a good information war in hand are able to cap B effectively. And then of course you've kind of got everything here in this little triangle, this kind of medium area. And what we're seeing on the EU server particularly is getting control over this corner here is absolutely vital. Of course, controlling this corner here usually entails forcing tanks back towards their spawn, which you can farm damage in, or picking up a couple of guns here. And then when you control this area, you really control the pace of the battle. You can flex your faster tanks either around back through your spawn or into the enemy spawn, and you can kind of approach B much more safely. So I think it'll be interesting to see how Immortals and US approach this. Obviously this Challenge the Stars event is from this kind of tactical layout is from the beginning of 2019. We've had half a year almost worth of strategic development in that time, and these guys and the EU meta has been evolving with the introduction of new tanks, nerfs and buffs, burfs and nuffs, and you can see here, like, it's possible. What we will expect to see though from the south spawn, you do have nice little spots here, TDs. So if teams are bringing TDs, certainly these are the areas we expect them to play from. The windows are used a lot on the European server for control over the middle area. And although this is what Pramo did in the Challenge the Star event, they basically they focused exclusively on the A area, this side of the map, and got really strong control. And then if you look, so this is in the second game. They used the Windows 268s, and again, nice spots here. The E3 and E3 playing out of this position, really good lines of fire, and TDs in the back from either spawn are very viable strategic options. Fort Despair, Wargaming have used it a lot in tournaments, and it's really nice to see it featuring in the grand finals of the Last Chance tournament. So let's jump into the garage. We've still got some time. Do I dare play a game? I'll give it a punt. I don't know. Had a really bad game in the IS the IS3 Defender earlier. I'm not sure that I want to do that again. Yeah, why not? Let's go farm some credits. New attachments available. What? No, they're not new attachments. You're lying to me. Alright. Let's go. We're going in. Oh, it's a tier 8-7 game. In the wrong place. There we go. Okay, yeah. Let's do it. The IS-5 has said yes. The VK-100 said yes. The 3 heavies are going left. I mean, I think we should shut down the T-49. Oh, there's only 3 tier 8s. That's encouraging. Do I want to get stuck down there? The IS-5's going down. Let's go with the BK. Or not. go. Go forwards, don't reverse. You have the armor profile of a monster. Now there's no real, apart from the T-49, there's no real heavy hitters on the enemy team. T-49 can hit us for 600 with heat. We've been spotted. Two damage! And a gun shut down. Thank you very much. Living the dream over here. Oh, that was ambitious. This boy needs our help. Yeah, the T-49 can't get into him with heat. Oh, wrong way. Okay, let's shut down the WZ-110. You can't pen me. Oh. Not ideal. Now he should one-shot him. Nope. Oh, great. Good one. I'm a complete bot. I am a complete bot. I don't even deserve this kill. I don't even deserve the top gun. I'll take it though. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. We didn't really work for these 4 kills. And it's a 7-0. Delicious. It's a pretty good job by our team, actually. I can't really take credit for that. I didn't do much. This dude, very effective. This dude, very effective. This dude, very effective. The poor IS-5. Actually, I probably should have given him away the opponent. Did quite a good job, actually. But alas, it were not to be. And the invitation should be coming through any minute now. So we won't jump into another battle. And there we go. Look at that timing. Immortals versus US. Your grand finals last chance tournament. Best of 3. Oh, it's brutal. It's Fort Despair and then a tiebreaker on Canal. I kind of hope we go to a tiebreaker because Canal is a absolutely phenomenal map. 4 caps. Bit of a classic in terms of supremacy mode, the resets, the strats that have been developed on there. It's actually Fort Despair and Canal both have very tried and tested strats. Wondering if these guys have anything to break the mold for, well, particularly for Fort Despair. It'd be nice to see some crazy strats. Now we know the raid, the boost, but teams are aware of that now. We've even kind of come to expect the boost on Alpenstadt and also Naval Frontier, those kind of boost spots that Eros epitomized, Eros and Raid epitomized in the Professionals tournament are known. They're hard to exploit. We saw someone, I think it was, I forget which team did it, but a team did the boost with the grill onto the hill on the north spawn of Alpenstadt, and that was shut down very quickly by their opponent with crossfire through the city. So 3 minutes to go. Lineup wise, not sure. Obviously people are still getting ready for Despair. It looks like US are going for a nice mouse game here. That'll be pretty interesting. Rosters seem to be ready. Immortals, Russian Heavy with Epic Elons in a T110E3. Elons in a T110E3. Baboon Easy in the 268. IS4s, IS7. Now, I think US might actually be pipping Immortals here in terms of tank composition, although Dimebag Barrows dropped into an E3 as well. Now the 3 TDs could be real problems for Lalo and Highlander, the 2 guys from US in let's see. Yeah, it could be real issues for the US guys because the mouse tanks do not enjoy TDs. High penetration values on these could be really problematic for them. At the same time, US have got the WZ113s. They'll be able to get out and get amazing map control up in that top left corner over the A cap, the kind of the medium flank. So potentially US with the mouse tanks can dominate the city, with the 113s can dominate A. They've got options here. Immortals splitting the distance, the TDs, if they can use the E3s on the hill area around B aggressively and effectively, that'll be good, but that'll be tricky with the WZ113s coming out of US. I think Immortals may have to play a much more static game here. Now the Immortals, it looks like they're going to be starting from the north spawn. Green to start in north, red to start in south. Well, it's going to be very interesting to see how this one plays out and how they adjust to each other's rosters. As always, a nice TD heavy lineup from the Immortals and a super heavy lineup backed up by the fast Chinese heavies for US, going head to head now. Grand finals, last chance tournament, World of Tanks Blitz EU server 2019. Best of 3, no room for mistakes. Immortals, red team north spawn, US, blue team south spawn. Andre, Stoppy, Foxy, Baboon Easy. Well, Dimebag Barrel's making, he's going to play for the TD version. Looks like he's going to have support from Thunder and Dimebag to hold the outside flank. Andre and Foxy, the IS-7, North American Twisted Camo, burning the Midnight Oil to get into an early cap on C. And it looks like the mouse tanks are going to play for B. And potentially we're going to see a 2-cap strat from US. Highlander and Lalo should be able to cap B uncontested. Now, the pressure for Immortals is going to be on keeping A neutral. And Elons is spotted. Spit Kevin with a snapshot. Doesn't quite connect. Not in. B is capped. Now, C is going to be very tricky. This is... The weakness for Immortals here are going to be this flank. Thunder potentially could get pushed by the 113s. Immortals do have the cap lead and pressure. Elons takes a hit. And it looks like Diego has got one in the chamber. Elon's not able to get into an effective firing position. Foxy is spotted. Diego is spotted again. And there's a nice hit point lead with the Mouse Tanks. 1.5k hit point lead in the favor of US. Lalo and Highlander are going to push in now, looking to try and get some spots on Foxy and Andre. That'll keep targets lit for Spit Kevin and Diego. Highlander's there, backing up his teammate. Dimebag Barrels pushing up, looking for spots. Now the 113s are very dug in. We've got Shocky, Inferno, Camouflage playing deep. Ultra, Anubis. And Ghost Gunner's rotating. Interesting play here. Where is he rotating to? Diego takes a bit of damage. Ghost Gunner is making a move in through the back. Is he looking to get a reset on C? Are we going to see US pushes? Foxy's saying they're going to push C. And maybe the Immortals know. They know that they haven't seen any action coming out of B and A for a while. He's anticipating a C push. He's absolutely right. Ghost Gunner's looking at it. Or potentially are US thinking that Immortals are going to make a play out of C. Foxy is making the call. Potentially. Now, we're not seeing much action. It looks like is Lalo peeling off? And are they responding? Immortals. Ooh, Stoppy in the Thunder Camo. Classy. And Andre in the Jade Shard. Stoppy blind firing into the bush. He's not spotted. He's not spotted on firing. Immortals with a very fragile cap lead. It's only 40 points. It's enough to get flipped by 1 kill. B is not going to be possible for the Immortals to reset. Thunder is very isolated. Now he's only got Elons potentially for support. We've seen the rotation. Dimebag Barrels flexing back towards C. I think Immortals are banking on the US pushing through C. US, they've got the options. Foxy's getting spotted. He says they're on C. They're really not much on C. Well, actually they are. We've seen Shocky's rotated. They're making a push for C. Here we go. Lalo's coming in across the middle. Ghost Gunner and Shocky are making the push for C. Immortals are here ready and waiting. Can they pick up kills? Stoppy doesn't quite get it. C's getting reset. The cap lead's going to tick over in the favor of US. Immortals have to be decisive. Lalo's coming in from the side. Lalo's barreling in, but he's taking fire. Oh, and the Immortals are making a counter push. They're going to ignore the mouse. Lalo leading the charge. He's going to take 1. He's going to take 2, 3. Oh, Ghost. Oh, Stoppy. Stop, Stoppy. You're in trouble. You're going down. And Andre looking for the reset at the same time. We've got the counter push coming. An additional push coming. Diego and Ultra Anubis pushing in. Baboon Easy's gone down. US are walking away with this one. The US had such a nice pincer maneuver in through the side of C. They cut Stoppy off. Baboon Easy got shut down as well. We've lost Dimebag. We've lost Shocky. It's 50 points. C's being capped. There's nothing Immortals can do here. And Elons is looking for Diego. And Elons goes down to Spit Kevin. Spit Kevin down to Andre. Thunder down to Ultra Anubis. But it's enough. And US win the first game pretty convincingly. Immortals aware that the C was being pushed, or kind of had the inclination that C was being pushed. But it was a great move. US also kind of came round. Let's see. And let's just see if we can't look at the damage here. I mean, the damage was pretty much neck and neck, but the pincer move by the mouse tanks. And let's see if we can't just have a look on StratSketch and talk about that. Here's a clean slide. So Immortals were ready on the C area for the push. There was Thunder here in reserve. Elon's not operating very effectively on that E3, unfortunately, early on. Losing HP. Now, Stoppy made the push across here. He was backed up by Andre and another Immortals player. But the 113s are super fast Chinese heavy tanks. They made the play through here. And we saw it was the mouse tank and a couple of other guns getting crossfires here from here. Stoppy lost close to 1k HP before he even got it stuck into the 113s here. A really nice kind of US baiting C getting Immortals to push them, understanding they were going to get pushed, and then getting the crossfire in here. It was set up and executed absolutely perfectly. And Immortals, I mean, Immortals didn't have a choice. They had to defend C, but the crossfire was punishing and focused. So, let's go. 30 seconds, 20 seconds even. It looks like Immortals are bringing a mouse to the field this time. US will be feeling very confident after that last match. I'm wondering if they can deliver such an effective performance again. Diego in the 140. I'm still in the Luva. There we go. There's me mouse. Immortals, red team south spawn. US, blue team north spawn. Foxy is anticipating the Foch is going to be on the windows. It's not a bad bet. And we've got a T62 Alpha. That's Foxy. My god, that's a hideous camouflage. Demotion for that man. And then Diego. Now this is a spot I love playing actually in randoms. It's a really nice position. You've got nice hard cover here. Good eyes out over A. Diego, he's fast. The 140 is very fast. Faster than his T62 Alpha by quite a way. Ghost Gunner's taking some hit. Laylo from North's taking fire. Baboonese. Oh, Diego's rotating. Foxy's rotating. Oh, we're getting stuck into a brawl. It's going to be a brawl from day one. And who's got the better focus fire? Stoppy is coming in. Stoppy is looking pretty weak. And that's a big hit coming in from Shocky. And it's a gun up already for US. Now they've lost Laylo. They're coming in. Can they? All Thunder's in trouble. Foxy, Spit Kevin. Oh, it's going to be... And Andre's in. Now the mouse could carry here. Diego has gone into the backfield. Great play by the 140. Forcing the pincer. Elons is down. US are all over the Immortals here. It's a 3-on-5. Foxy's looking for a ram kill. Picks it up. Cost him a lot of HP. And we lose Baboonese. And now it is Andre and Foxy. And I don't think the big man in the mouse is going to be able to survive this. It would be one hell of a performance. And Foxy in the T62 Alpha is having to run. He's getting chased by Spit Kevin in the 268. Squeezes through. Foxy picks up Ultra Anubis. Spit Kevin will be picking up the kill. And now it is a one-shot mouse versus 3 quite healthy tanks. And there's not much he can do here, really. It's just a matter of time before he gets shut down. It'll be Spit Kevin to bounce, and Shocky gets taken. Well, he takes the final kill on Andre. And US just winning the brawl in absolutely phenomenal fashion there. Much better focus fire and kind of DPM. I think it looked like Immortals were much further over on their... so Immortals pushed into US, and US firing out of a better defensive position. More gun stability, kind of letting them, Immortals push into them with a good counter move, and great play actually by Diego, getting into the back and disrupting the back of the Immortals lines. So US win the last chance tournament. Immortals, second place out of 107 teams, is not too shabby. Very close, but no cigar. Both teams, though, very well played. And that is done. We're over. We're finished. That's the end of the last chance tournament. However, good news. We will be back next weekend streaming the Top Echelon Championship on the EU server and also the North American server. That'll be Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night. It's going to be a lot of games. It's going to be a lot of streams, back-to-back. The EU server matches start at 8 PM Central European Summertime, and the North American server matches, I believe they start at 3 AM Central European Summertime. So I am going to go full night owl. I'll be sleeping during the day and streaming during the evening. I've taken the Monday off from work, so we're okay. We're covered. But really looking forward to seeing that. It's going to be an absolutely phenomenal tournament. I need to actually check the format. Let's do that now. Let's learn together. Top Echelon Championship. The top 8 teams will be able to register. So that's actually coming out of the cups from this. We can actually check which teams will be in now. Let's check that. That'll be worth checking. So let's see. We don't want to go North America. We want to go Europe. Hall of Fame, clans, top echelon. No. Okay. Top echelon. So it looks like I'm not actually sure who we're going to be seeing in this because the cups haven't updated yet. Almost certainly we're 100% we're going to be seeing Tercios, US, Kraken Esports, Immortals, Exegy. I'm not sure about LXN. I think no LXN we will be seeing, and APA. So I think Veni Vidi Vici might be out. I'm not sure who could be in place of them. G Nice. I think we're going to be seeing G Nice in the top echelon, and Veni Vidi Vici out, and then Tercios, US, Kraken Esports, Immortals, LXN, APA, and Exegy will be in. Just having a look at that leaderboard. So let's have a look at the details together. You and I exploring the world. It's a round robin double. What? So the group stage is on the Friday and Saturday. It's a round robin, 8 teams in one group, best of 3. The top 4 teams advance to the next stage. Oh, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool indeed. And then the final stage is 4 teams in one group. It's best of 3 double elimination. So the first and 4th seed will play, the second and 3rd seed will play. Both formats best of 3. The final match also best of 3. It's all best of 3. So it's pretty brutal. But it's going to be a 1 series round robin followed by a double elimination. So it's like a smaller version of the professionals tournament. Rather than playing best of 5, they're playing best of 3, and rather than having a double round robin, they're having a single round robin, and it's taking place rather than in the space of 1 month, over the space of 1 weekend. So that'll be really cool. I'm actually really looking forward to seeing that next weekend. So fret not, lots of great esports content on the way. Looking forward to seeing you all then. And also catching you on the battlefield between now and then. Anyways, I'm going to log off now. I'm going to go play some touch games and maybe have a coffee. I don't know. We'll see. Hope you've enjoyed the stream. Thank you so much for being here. If you're not already on my Discord server, you can find the link to that in the video description below. And there's also the link to my Patreon page as well if you feel like supporting the channel. If not, no worries. It'd be great to have you on the Discord server, part of our community. Rolling Swarm signing off. Bye for now, guys. See you.